What's good, YouTube? House of Champs here with Asian Persuasion.
Man, I'm your biggest fan, John.
So we're doing a player profile here. What got you into this game?
Man, the thing that got me into this game was that blue-eyed structure deck, man. I saw that, it was like, all the cool kids had it in middle school. That's when I played in this game for a long time. So, middle school, they had the deck. I was like, what is that? They said, that's Blue Eyes White Dragon. I said, I had to have it. So I bought a structure deck with it.
Obviously, even though we're men-child, we've grown up a little.
I've grown up a little bit. I still got the kid inside me.
What keeps you in the game at this point?
Let's be real. Traveling around the world and meeting people that you don't know and then hanging with them a whole weekend, that experience, you can't change it for anything, man. It's literally the best thing you could do. Having a hobby that lets you go anywhere.
And doing something as a squad.
And doing something fun, and then hanging out, chilling, exploring cities. That's the best thing you can fucking do.
That's pretty awesome. So, if you had to say you had the no bias, don't pick me, favorite tuber besides yourself and me, who is it?
Oh man, this is hard.
You can do a 3. You can do a top 3.
Okay, I have to shout out my boy, AKA Dad1. I know he doesn't upload much, but me and him started this YouTube thing together. So I have to shout him out, AKA Dad1. But man, this is hard. I can't say his name because he doesn't YouTube no more. But Pod Joker, he's my boy back
I remember him.
But yeah,
that's a blast from the
see, I have a bunch. I'm on the blast from the past with like Waffles, all the old people that don't play anymore are like my favorites. And it's really sad they don't play anymore, but I do like the new YouTubers like John. I do love his channel. You know, you put up that Twitch stuff like a boss.
Yeah, the whole reason I wanted to start my channel was Twitch.
Your Twitch stuff is great. I like that. And then, like, I guess if I had to choose one that's still relevant, I'll say Slaydra because I know everyone wants to call me
Asian Eyes, yeah.
because they call me that. Are you Slaydra? Yeah, what's to say, yeah. So I guess that's why I like him, I guess.
So, what do you think about this format right now? Like, obviously you have the triangle of Cosmo, Monarch, and Pendulums, but then you have Knocking on the Door, Burning Abyss, Water. What do you think of how it is?
I like how it's more diverse than just pay all the time. But like, I feel like there's too much power in every deck. The power creep is a little too ridiculous to play against everything. But I like the diversity.
So, you're a fan of the restart that happened with DUEA?
I'm a big fan of the adjusted list. I mean, it hurt it really bad. I think it was kind of unfair that they didn't tell us when it was going to come out. It was a surprise thing, but it was good.
Well, what I'm asking is, when DUEA came out, we had a total reset with Burning Abyss, Satellers, and Shadows.
I was done with that format. Like, Burning Abyss was getting old.
So you didn't enjoy the initial reset, though?
No, not really, honestly. It was kind of like more power decks. You can't side for 3 decks. You just can't. You just have to hope you play the deck and you sided for it. You just can't side for everything. Like, that's my problem with the game right now. It's too much diversity, but like it's good, but just everything is good is the problem.
And what are you playing today?
I'm playing Cosmos, linear as hell, but you know, it's a rocket ship that goes straight up. It's pretty simple. You lose, you lose. You win, you win. It's that simple.
Bitches love rocket ships.
Cosmojo is the best card in that deck.
Yeah, I love Cosmojo.
If someone tells me otherwise, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Because that card just wins games. I won my past 2 matches just because that card alone.
So what events are you looking forward to most this year?
Houston, that's coming soon, right? April or something?
Yeah, April.
So Houston and Nats, those are my next 2 big events.
You're not going to do Vegas or Rhode Island?
Nah, too far. Rhode Island's probably like way too long for me. From Kansas, you can't go nowhere from there, man.
We wouldn't be in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, we wouldn't be there. But yeah, definitely Houston. 6 hours away is nothing, and I already know pretty much everyone from Houston. So. Like Scott Page, shout out to him, even though he's not paying attention.
I'm from Dallas, bro.
Texas, bro.
I guess.
I'm from Kansas, so anything.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Man, we
What's
got
good, Mike?
cows.
Mike is always in the
That's
theory.
pretty real good.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. Houston, you can see me there for sure.
So, anything you want to say to viewers on my channel to get them over to yours?
Man, if you like old school live deck profiles, come to me. I'm not all about the DN stuff. That shit bores me. I like people explaining shit and their actual deck in front of me.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah, I like the player's voice a lot too. That's why I try to get every DN one I do. I try to get them to do like their total tournament report.
Plus, if they get a top 8 deck profile, they want to remember for the rest of their life. They can see it the rest of their life. They go back 2 years.
Dude, I wish when we started.
Dude, that'd been so awesome. Like, I just saw my counter fade deck list from years ago. I was like, dude, I was a fucking savage back then, but you can't do that shit now.
Oh my gosh,
it's way
some
too
of
hard
the
to play
decks.
rogue like that.
2007-08, man.
Oh,
We've come so
Dad,
far
like,
in terms of information in the game too, like information sharing
I'm
and like
surprised the game's still
building.
here, to be honest. They evolved, man.
So do you think? How long do you think the ride is?
cold. You think till Yu-Gi-Oh dies?
A lot of people are like, oh, but that's all the time, you know. Every single Necroz, oh,
like
it's dying.
It will die, but there'll be a period of time where there'll be a hiatus from people because I guess I don't know. I don't really like how they did the new sets of like you always get a hollow. The surprise factor's not there anymore. I don't like that. Plus, you can't scale. But like,
okay, the shade tactics.
But like, what's the point of a scale if you always gotta get a super? You know? It's a waste of time. I honestly think the surprise factor was the whole point of buying packs, and now I don't really care about it.
Yeah, I don't think the game will ever per se die because people won't let it.
Yeah.
But we had 1,450 people in Atlanta. Like, that's a big event.
That is a really big event.
And they're gonna finally stream Vegas, a regular YCS.
Yeah, I noticed that. They're finally gonna stream. They should have did that years ago, let's be real. If they did that years ago, YouTubers would be hard to come by, like, because we're just YouTubers because they don't do it. So if we put up content, their blog site's way behind. Like, they're the slowest.
Well, it's surprising they don't do deck profiles. They don't do any of that stuff anymore. Like, they highlight text still, and their written articles are good, but the site's hard to navigate. I feel is the main problem.
Procedures. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and Josh will come to you.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it'll still be around for. I think it'll be around until people like, because even people that don't play collect.
Yeah, when new people will come in too.
Like, I just feel like it'll just be a period of time where it'll just be stale as fuck again. Like Necroz, the mirror matches, that was the most unfun format I've ever seen in my life. Well, unless you're playing Necroz. But let's be real, you didn't like mirror matches.
Yeah.
Nobody liked
Even if it dies, I'll probably be in like the old folk home with Billy playing Dragon Mirrors.
See, yeah, exactly. There we go.
Yeah, they're one of the most powerful formats. Like, people hated it at the time, but they remember it so fondly.
Yeah, man. I don't remember Rejuving end phase for a shitload. Oh, Rejuve. Oh, well, I did the other Rejuve. Might as well keep going.
One thing I've noticed, meta decks, people are getting more attached to meta decks than ever. Like, Shadows, like, they really mourned that when it died.
You're right.
Things, yeah, like the memes with Dante turning into Pendulum Sorcerer and back. Yeah, Midnight Dream, shout out. Yeah. But, like, people are really actually clinging to meta decks. Like, used to it was just rogue. Like, I remember Samurai fans, I was just like, stop it, guys, instead. And like, but now people are like, you know, getting really attached. Like, what do you think causes that?
I think it's just every archetype they make has had a good card. Like, everything doesn't miss timing anymore. If you haven't noticed, there's not been a card that misses timing for a long time. They just say, hey, it works. Doesn't matter. I mean, like Cosmos, Burning Abyss, they all have effects. They're never going to miss timing unless, obviously, it affect time, but especially you can still do that stuff. But, like, it's unfair, man. Every deck has a power play, and those power plays will either stomp you, or you gotta draw better than them and stomp them back.
So you think that like the deck not having frustrations anymore is like
like the rarity of bricking now, I guess. Consistency is like archetype. You just pick one archetype and throw it in with something that works with like Burning Abyss, Phantom Knight. That just works together. They're level 3 feeds. It just works out.
And so like you get attached to how it works.
Yeah, it's just so consistent because the engine by itself is consistent. It was like throwing in hands in the hat because it just worked.
If today everything got neutered and we were gonna go to a new triangle format, what deck would you mourn most?
Man, I really don't like pendulums as a thing. I don't like the mechanics, so it has to be something non-pendulum. So I like Cosmo. I feel like it'd be the best deck without pendulums being around.
You would hold Farm Girl in your arms as she died?
I will hold her in the air like Darth Vader on Cosmo does. Hold her up there, you know that meme picture? We saw that first, we're like, that card's gonna suck.
Was being highlighted.
But actually, it's my favorite card now.
Any shout-outs before we end this?
Well, shout-outs to John Moore. And shout-outs, I guess, all the homies back home. All the YouTubers. Keep it up, fam.
Don Zalou.
Don Zalou. I don't know who that is, but shout out to Don Zalou.
I
don't know who Don Zalou is.
the card.
Oh, the card. I know who he is. I didn't know if it was a person.
Yeah, it sounded like a person.
Yeah, so, yeah, I know Don Zalou for sure.
All right.
For sure, man.
Peace.
Appreciate it.